Hey guys, this is Adam with psychedelicinvest.com, and today I'm going to be delving into the 2021 financial results for Mind Medicine. Ticker symbol is MNMD. This is an early stage biotech psychedelic company. They're one of the bigger names in the sector, so I'm sure many people who would be watching this video are already familiar with them. And yeah, let's just get into it. So basically, let me do the preface before I actually really get into it. When we're going to break down the earnings reports for a lot of these companies, and I think I've echoed these sentiments in the past, is they're not going to have revenue most of the time. So okay, unless it was like those clinics like Novamind or even Field Trip. A lot of these companies who are just trying to push their drugs through the pipeline are not going to be generating any amount of significant revenue. So like already there we can be like, okay, so we're not really going to focus on revenue. We're going to be focusing on the cash balance. We're focusing on the cash burn, and we're going to be focusing on the pipeline. So the pipeline, this is not a video where I'm going to really delve into MindMed's pipeline, but they have a diverse pipeline. And it's pretty big, so they have that already. So the pipeline we can check off. So now it's just about the cash balance and the cash burn. So let's get into it. So the cash balance, as of December 31st, 2021, MindMed had cash totaling of $133.5 million compared to $80.1 million. So that's a pretty significant amount of cash, and it's went up since their last. It's went up as of December 31st, 2020. So that's great. 133.5 is a decent amount. They say here that it will be sufficient to meet its operating requirements beyond its key development milestones in 2023 and into 2024. So let's say around a year and a half. So they have enough money to last them around a year and a half. So what does that mean in the most layman way for investors? So that's their way of saying, without any delays or unforeseen expenses, this money will last us until into 2024, and then at that point we will have to most likely do a share offering and dilute shareholders. So as an investor, you need to pay attention to this stuff. So all right, that's what I take from there. Let's look at the net loss. So the net loss for the year ended December 31st, 2021 was $92.3 million, compared to $33.7 million for the year ended 2020. That's a huge disparity in net loss compared year by year. Well, I'll say this is it could be R&D expenses, hiring, stuff like that would have pushed it up. I will pay. So as an investor, you should be paying attention to the next earnings report to see what happens there. Does the net loss go down closer to the 33.7 million? And is this 92.3 million net loss? Is this an anomaly? Is this just a single quarter where they happen to have more expenses? Or is this the new normal for them? That they're just 92.3 million, around 100 million is what they're going to be spending every year. So with that said, net loss of 92.3 million with the cash on hand of 133.5 million. So you guys can do the math there. Yeah, so like their estimate is pretty good. So what I will say is this is, in a perfect world, that's where their estimate lies. I will say that it's likely that the cash will not last them that long, and that they will end up having to spend money for some type of delay that might happen during that for the FDA process of one of their drugs. Or once again, if they keep intaking and hiring new people, you're gonna have to pay them. So we'll see what happens. But as a MindMed investor, two things I would pay attention to. So cash on hand is pretty good, but their cash burn is not that great. So yeah, so like what I will say is this is, and this is, so I've been pretty neutral on MindMed generally since for like the last 2 years. I really like the hiring of Robert Barrow. I think he's much better suited to be CEO than JRN. But I'm still not sold on MindMed yet. I think that they did a great job with marketing over time, and they were be able to get a very loyal group of investors behind them. But the jury's still out as to how well equipped MindMed is to start really getting these drugs through the FDA trials. And I'm willing to change my tune on them. Like I said, I'm not negative on MindMed. I'm just pretty neutral on them. I would hope that they get their cash burn in check. 92.3 million is a huge jump compared to 33.7 million. And yeah, so these are the things I'd be looking for the next earnings report. Net loss. Is it still around 92.3 million, or has it come down a little bit? And how much cash they have left on hand. So we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty neutral on this earnings report too. I don't think it's nothing. It's basically letting me know that MindMed's going to be able to stay in business for another year, most likely without diluting shareholders. So that's great. And yeah, let's see how the markets reacted to this. All right, there's MindMed. It looks like it looks like it still ended red generally, but it's hovering within its channel. So I think the markets felt exactly like I felt. Just business as usual. It's going to keep moving with the markets. As long as the fear is still in the markets, like I said, MindMed and a bunch of the other psychedelic stocks will continue to just keep moving in these channels that they stay in until there is some type, until the markets and the tailwinds that are affecting the markets, which is war in Russia or war in Ukraine, and what the Fed is going to do about inflation and this and that, until the fears there kind of calm down a little bit, we're going to see a lot of these psychedelic plays just moving in their channel. So that's what MindMed's doing. And yeah, so this is the market. The market didn't really react to it today. And yeah, so that's how I feel about MindMed's earnings report. They will be able to keep the doors open without diluting shareholders, without doing any cash raises. But we'll see if that remains the case. We'll see for how long. But other than that, yeah, I really hope that Robert Barrow and his team will be able to put some respect on MindMed's name and help them further along their pipeline. All right. Thank you so much for watching the video today, guys. This is Adam with PsychedelicInvest.com. And stay tuned because I will have another video for you guys later on this week. Have a great day.